The Oxford Roadshow.
Thank you, BBC Two. Smack on time too. Our camera's up here in the control room. As you can see, this is the team who actually run the show. Some particularly nice pictures at the back of their heads. As you can see down here, the action is actually in the studio. And that band are Simple Minds. And right now, we're going to hear them play I Travel. Here's Simple Minds.
I see on the wall, timeless leader standing tall. God bless assassin in a hit and run, each our heart's a newborn son. Evacuee, refugee, president and monarchy. Travel around, decadent and pleasure town. I see tragedy, luxury, statue, art gallery. I travel around, decadent and pleasure town. Oh, Europe has a language problem. They go talk, don't be more. In Central Europe, men are marching and marching on and on. Love song playing in the restaurant. Helping babies on fire. Travel around, decadent town, pleasure town. I see tragedy, luxury, statue, parts, gallery. I travel around, decadent and pleasure town. Travel around, decadent and pleasure town. And I see tragedies, luxury, statue, art gallery. I travel criminal. I travel tragedy, luxury, statue, parts, gallery.
That's Simple Minds. They'll be back later. But first, here's what's in the programme tonight. From Ralton Road in London, the story of a jeweller called Judy Blame, whose lifestyle and fashion are ever so slightly out of the ordinary. And in the video showcase, Paul, Mike, Tony, Jim and Colin. You heard them on radio, now on the television, their debut of Coventry band King. And a report just out that recommends a new attitude to the police and prostitutes. We ask, is it time to change the rules of the game? And there's Marillion, a newish band with a single already under their belts, and they'll be featuring on the programme a bit later on. But for starters, a man who's pioneered taste in music is outmatched only by Kenny Dalglish's goal-scoring ability. I got him up really early this morning and dragged him in here to make his first appearance for ORS. Here's music-loving John Peel.
Thanks very much, Peter. Part of our jobs as disc jockeys is listening for new bands with which to thrill our audiences. And to help with this, I rely on a wide assortment of magazines. There aren't nearly as many independently produced fanzines as there were in the late 1970s, but they still come in at a fairly impressive rate. This week there's been Deadbeat from Edinburgh, Juniper Berry Berry from Alloa, Panache, which comes, I think, from Staines, At the Controls from Reading, Certain Gestures from Hampton, Middlesex, I knew that had happened, and Ultimate Worm from Blackpool. Between them they cover a pretty wide range. Local bands in At the Controls, literature and art in Certain Gestures, and logically Scottish bands in Deadbeat and Juniper Berry Berry. Ultimate Worm sets the tone for the more traditional fanzines with its cheery greeting, Hello Granny Bashers. There's also Clank, which seems to be written in Flemish, and the excellent German magazine Specs from Cologne, which is always useful, if only for its lists of European record releases. Also from the Greater Europe is Holland's Vinyl, which is now available here with translations, often unintentionally humorous, and a flexi-disc, which in this issue features the Cocteau Twins. And then from Maastricht, in the south of Holland, Peas magazine, which concentrates on the people who wear the clothes and buy the records rather than on those who make them, like our own ID. And although I don't actually live in London, I also study the magazine City Limits, which is the Londoner's London Guide with full listings, if only to discover what I'm missing, and because City Limits does try to provide a thumbnail sketch of bands playing in the capital. It was, for example, through City Limits and the excellent irregular magazine Collusion that I first heard of the three Mustafas 3, who were featured on my radio programme last night. Collusion covers an extraordinarily wide range of music, with issue 4 out shortly, boasting features on the erotic pleasures of the dance disc, the image of women in Haitian music, Disney music, and records with covert gay lyrics, amongst other things. However, my favourite magazine of all is The End, from Liverpool, which concerns itself with music, beer and football, the very stuff of life itself. And these are the people responsible for this fine publication. First of all, Peter, what made you start The End?
We wanted to start it because there's no magazine in Liverpool which catered for the type of people that we were wanting to cater for, the average young Liverpudlian. And
yeah, but there were fanzines and magazines.
Yeah, it was more for students, types or arty-farty types, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
All the other magazines had loads of music in them and not much else.
Yeah, so you decided to put more humour into the magazine.
Yeah, we started off as a music magazine, but the little bits that we put in, the ins and outs at first, people liked that, so we built on that.
And one or two stock characters will appear each week as well. I mean, that you worked into it. That's right.
Yeah, fictitious characters.
Yeah,
Joe.
Yeah, Joe. Whereabouts do you sell the magazine then?
We sell them in all the record shops in Liverpool, and plus at the Liverpool and Everton matches. And we sell those by mail as well, about 200 by mail.
Yeah. How many did you sell altogether then?
3,500.
Yeah. Was that of the last one, the one with...
That was the last one, yeah. We sold the extra 1,000 because the Yozza was on the cover.
Yeah, with Bernard Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, does that bother you, though? Because that's been picked up by everybody and it's sort of turned into a professional Liverpudlian thing. There seems to be a lot of professional Liverpudlians about.
Yeah, the people who tend to appear on telly that, who are trying to be funny from Liverpool don't tend to be funny, they never come across as being funny.
And what's the attitude of people in Liverpool to that?
Well, people, they get on people's nerves usually, all this gives a job thing with the Yozza and that. Yeah. Everyone likes the black stuff and that, but all the jumping on the bandwagon, people don't like that, it's not the type of thing you do in Liverpool.
Well, there's been one criticism of the magazine which I've heard has been you appear to be endorsing football violence and things. What do you say to that?
It's all a joke. We get letters from around the country about football hooligans, so-called. And we print them, but we always skip them at the end because they are funny to look at.
Yeah. So, how much did just the five of you put the magazine together? There are other...
Yeah, basically the five, but there's a lot of contributions. People send poems in, and see things written on.
Do you think that the magazine's too Liverpool to be attractive to other people?
Well, at first we thought that, but there seems to be a lot of people from around the country, been writing in.
There are no comparable magazines from anywhere else.
We've never seen one. It's a lot to do with football as well, isn't it? So.
What's the address then for people
who... It's 16 Steerscroft, Cancel Farm, Liverpool 28.
OK, well, thanks very much. That's it from us then, and here's a neatly recorded commercial from Peter Powell.
Radio 1! Which way? Now.
If you're 13 or 14 and in your third year at school, very soon you'll be asked to choose your O's and CSEs. It's important that you make the right decision now if you want to get a head start in your chosen career. Simple Minds are lucky. They're now a top band in their own right. How did their choices go?
There wasn't any choice actually, and there was very limited help from school. So I think, any help that there could be on this issue would be much appreciated by young people.
Simple Minds have got through with their music. It could have been different. So that's why Radio 1 starts a new campaign next week for anyone choosing their O's and CSEs. Every day at 8:15 and 5:15, I'll be presenting bulletins with advice and information to help you make the right choice. And there are fact sheets available packed with information to set you in the right direction. There's a coupon on the back page of the Radio Times for you to clip and send off, as well as information to help you choose your options. So, lots of info. Join me all next week on Radio 1.
Which way? Now.
Radio 1.
So that's the end of the commercial break. Now to a new rock band. They've done really well getting a really good recording contract. They're going to embark on a nationwide tour in March. They've also got a new LP coming out in there as well called Script for a Jester's Tear. And from that LP, I guess, is this release single, which is going to be out in the shops in about 2 weeks' time. It's called He Knows, You Know. This is Marillion.
Problems. Light switch, yellow fever crawling up your bathroom wall, singing psychedelic praises to the depths of a china bowl. You got venom in your stomach, you got poison in your head. You should have listened to the priest of the confession when he offered you the sacred bread. You know, he knows, you know, he knows, you know, but he's got problems. Fast speed, crystal fever, swollen through a fractured mind. Chilling needles, freezing motion, the blind shall lead the blind. You got venom in your stomach, you got poison in your head. When conscience whispered the vein lines slipping, you were walking with the dead. He knows, I know. He knows, I know. He knows, I know. But he's got problems. Black eyes, purple fever streaming through the frosted pen. You learned your lesson far too late from the links in the chemist chain. You got venom in your stomach. You got poison in your head. You should have stayed at home and talked with father. Listen to the lies he made. You know, he knows. You know, he knows. You know, but he's got problems. He knows, you know. He knows, you know. He knows, you know. He's got experience. He's got experience.
band there from Aylesbury called Marillion with He Knows You Know, and that's out in 2 weeks' time. It's a double A release, the other side's called Charting the Single. Presumably they hope to chart the double. Prostitution is said to be the oldest profession in the world. Certainly those who practice it say it's governed by the most out-of-date laws. A protest by prostitutes from King's Cross in London against those laws hit the headlines in November when they masked themselves and occupied a local church. In response, Camden Council put one of their officials on the streets to live amongst the prostitutes and see if there should be any changes. One of her recommendations is that the law on loitering and soliciting should be repealed. At the moment, it's illegal to do either for the purposes of prostitution. The Camden report says that the law doesn't stop women going onto the streets, despite a large number of arrests.
Hello.
Doing business?
How much, love? Yes.
£10.
£10?
Yeah.
Full strip?
Yeah.
Jump in, yeah. Where to?
Just down the road.
Down the road?
Yeah.
Yes, straight so. Sergeant Smith, Nottingham Vice Squad. I must warn you that you're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so. Anything you say may be taken down in writing and given in evidence. You're being arrested for soliciting for the purposes of prostitution. Have you had a caution before, love?
It's hoped that the Camden report will open up a national debate on the laws on prostitution. Laws which the women claim intrude upon every part of their lives. Pam works as a prostitute in the Midlands. Now 25, she's been on the street since she was 16 and has been arrested at least 20 times.
I don't work from home because of my daughter. She's only young and I don't want people phoning me up any hour of the day or night when she may be there or she might see what's happening. Socially, you're not accepted. When people find out you are a prostitute, they tend to shy away from you and they don't want to know. People don't understand that your next door neighbour can be a prostitute. We live normal lives. I take my daughter to school. I go shopping in Tesco's. I live a normal life.
When a woman's been cautioned more than once for soliciting, she's known in law and in the courts as a common prostitute. They claim this can lead to unwanted attention from the police.
I've been approached by the police on several occasions to give them sex without paying for it so that I can have an extra run. I won't be picked up. I think you get harassed more if you start giving information. You're doing sex for nothing.
Pam denies that she's ever taken advantage of such an offer, even though the penalties for loitering or soliciting can be high.
I came out of prison 4 weeks ago, and you just keep on in a big vicious circle. I go in, I come out, I haven't got anything, I need the money, so I go back and do prostitution and go back to prison again.
£10 for straight sex, £15 for a full strip, and 30 for the hour. You coming up at 7 then? Yeah, that's fine. Okay then, see you then. Bye.
Pam's friend Jane is now off the streets. After being arrested several times herself and being sent to prison, she now works from home. That in itself is not illegal, but it is illegal to live off immoral earnings, so prostitutes fear that anyone living with them could be prosecuted.
With a kiss. We can't actually have anybody living with us. We have to live alone. No flatmate, no boyfriend, no husband. You can't have another prostitute living with you because naturally they assume it's a brothel. You're both working from the premises, and for a brothel it is a prison sentence.
Prostitutes argue that being forced to live alone makes them more vulnerable to pimps. They would much rather count on each other for protection and company.
I had this client call and got him into the bedroom and took the money. Anyway, we just like messing about on the bed. All of a sudden, I was thinking in my mind, the other day I bought some rice pudding, you see. I couldn't remember if I'd eaten it or not. So there I was lying there looking at the ceiling thinking about this beautiful rice pudding because I was really starving. Anyway, all of a sudden he looks over and says, "What's the matter?" "Oh, I was just thinking about this rice pudding." Oh, bloody hell, he jumped off the bed, you know, and got his clothes on and stormed out. I come upstairs and had a look, see if I had it. It was there in the cupboard.
After the Camden report, prostitutes are hoping that the law will be relaxed. But whatever happens, they say it will not succeed in stopping the oldest profession.
There will always be prostitutes, and there will always be men that cannot get sex in a normal relationship. No matter what the police do, no matter if the law changes or not, there will always be prostitutes.
There have been some reforms in the law, but not everyone believes that change is a good thing.
I have a lot of letters from people who live in or near red light districts, and I can tell you that this is where the balance comes in. Other people's views and feelings must be considered in matters of this kind, and believe me, it's extremely offensive to a great many men to be accosted by a prostitute.
If you're already having letters, and we still at the moment have the laws on soliciting, surely then that's evidence that the laws aren't actually having any effect.
No, but the recent report to Parliament says quite clearly that Parliament must do nothing which would encourage prostitution.
So what do you think? Do we need reform in prostitution, or should the law be left as it is? We heard the women in the film there say that there'll always be people selling sex for money, so why not make it easier for them to earn a living? Others argue that everything possible should be done to discourage prostitutes from going onto the streets. They say they give offence to residents. We'd like to hear your views. Our phone lines are open now to take your calls. The number to ring is 061 if you're outside Manchester, then 814 3222. This Thursday, as usual, Peter Powell will be reporting on your opinions in ORS-PS. In the meantime, that's all from me. See you next week.
Honor, thank you. And the address to write to, as ever, is ORS, PO Box 27, Manchester. That's ORS, PO Box 27, Manchester. And so do new bands. Incidentally, none of the bands we feature are signed to major record companies before they make their debut on my radio show or on TV. Most of the bands who have appeared are now signed, and that must be good news for them. And I'll be letting you know how they get on in a couple of weeks' time. But now back to this week, and a debut band from Coventry called King. Paul King, Mick Roberts, Tony Wall, Tim Jackal Lansbury, and Colin Heans. They recently appeared on the same bill as Wah at the ICA in London. Painted Doc Martens like these are part of their sort of make-up visually. Musically, this is Cherry from King.
Countless bars and speeding cars, the flavor of the month. My cherries acting bittersweet, a taste of things to come. Cherry eggs for thrills and spills so high in the sky. Kings and queens, those night world dreams, please share with me tonight. Oh, cherry, cherry, feed me. Oh, cherry, cherry, never go. Cherry, feed me. Oh, cherry, say you'll never go. Cabbage bars and speeding cars, the flavor of the month. My cherry's acting bittersweet, a taste of things to come. Cherry eggs for thrills and spills so high in the sky. Kings and queens of night will dreams please share with me tonight. Oh, cherry, cherry, feed me. Oh, cherry, cherry, never go. Oh, cherry, cherry, feed me. Oh, cherry, say you'll never go. The blossom falls from the trees, a cherry set me free. Blossom falls from the trees, a cherry set me free. Blossom falls
The only people who never really hear those tracks properly are the ones in the studio here, but hopefully that was enjoyable. For King at the General Wolf there in Coventry tomorrow at the General Wolf. That's a nightclub there. Now, Ralton Road in Brixton is not the first place you associate with high fashion, but that is where a jeweller who goes under the name of Judy Blame lives and works. And we recently paid a visit to him in the early morning.
You better come in then. Chris, it's the crew from the BBC.
Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I started primarily because I wanted something for my own personal use that I could not get anywhere else. So I designed a few pieces that I used to wear out. With going out, more and more people saw it, and more people asked me to do it for them. I'm using at the moment a lot of natural fibres, ropes and strings of various sorts and various textures, sort of warm things rather than plastic or something like that. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing at the moment is quite primitive in its outlook, in its sort of the way it works. With all these people, each one has their own look. It's like, it's an everyday thing. It's something that they do all the time. It's not strange to them. It's not part of any sort of fashion or anything. It's very much, I think, an individual statement. I mean, that's thought a bit strange here, not in the sense of a photograph, but if I went out wearing all of that, which I do sometimes, not quite as bad as that, but I mean, people just, I don't know, I think they feel threatened by it. Just look at the drawing then. It's a really striking image. I'm not necessarily telling people who want to buy my jewellery that they have to, you know, paint themselves up or whatever. I mean, the makeup did start off as after seeing photographs and reading and researching into various tribes. And I've taken the way they decorate themselves. I mean, they decorate themselves all the time. It's a part of their beauty. They have a different idea of beauty. And, I mean, I do as well, I think.
Nice band.
This.
What sort of bands are these?
I mean, obviously a lot of my stuff is for people with a little more nerve than most. I mean, I am catering for a small part of the public. I mean, obviously it's going to expand. The more experienced I get, the more I learn, the more I'll be able to expand my ideas into something that would be more acceptable to more people. You have to try and change people's ideas as well as change their outlook slightly.
This is a lovely way to spend an evening and think of anything I'd rather do.
All the people at the party are extremely good friends of mine. Each one's very much an individual. We all feed off each other and help each other. I'm influenced by the people I know as much as anything else. I mean, I absorb things from them, and they're really inspiring, and I'm really lucky.
Love the music. You can't really follow that unless it's to remind you of our phone number. If you want to ring in about Honour's Film earlier, we're here on 061 814 3222 until 9 o'clock this evening. And if we're engaged, then just keep trying. Well, that's it. Except to say, To close the show, here's Simple Minds.
Won't you dream and dream with me? And the world goes hard, and the city takes, and the beat goes crashing all along down the way. She is your friend until the bitter end. When you dream, dreaming a dream with me. And when you dream, dreaming a little dream. 81, 82, 83, 84. 81, 82, 83, 84. You go dream. Something set in front of me, worldwide on the widest screen. You go dream. Washington and fantasies set in front of me. You go dream. Aren't you dreaming a dream with me? And the world goes hot, and the city takes, and the beat goes crashing